Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. There's going to be a best of 3 here from the Faith Cup. Faith Cup is hosted by Panda.tv, and that is I don't know if it's actually like entirely news centric, or news focused, or if it's actually a contributor to the esports scene in China, but it is a Chinese website. Yeah, pretty much like 90% of Warcraft 3 tournaments are hosted by Chinese sources, so yeah, there is that. Anyway, this is going to be an Orc mirror matchup here on the map, Twisted Meadows. This is from Group C's losers bracket, or losers. How should I say it? It's not losers bracket. I guess it's losers bracket. Losers finals. Surprisingly enough, this is groups, but we have double elimination format. I don't know that many tournaments that do it, but this one is the case. So FoCuS is spawning in as the yellow orc player in the bottom left. He'll be facing off against ZDR, the teal orc in the top left. And yeah, the map is on Twisted Meadows, like I said before. Interested to see how things will turn out. It is going to be a Blade Master coming out for FoCuS and a Blade Master coming out for ZDR. China versus Korea also, I'd like to point out, FoCuS representing Korea and ZDR as China. Yeah, just a little bit of background. FoCuS has been around for quite some time. Hasn't been performing too well as of recent years. I think ever since he came back from the army, yeah, things haven't looked too well for our veteran orc player. ZDR, on the other hand, is an up-and-coming Warcraft player, I guess. First time seeing him in the WC3 2014. I don't know if he's actually been in another high-profile tournament prior to that, but yeah, that's where I remember seeing him from. So, yep. Let's see how well he will do against FoCuS. Seems like he got in a bit of early experience from the null camp here. It won't matter too much, as he's still got a ways to go for level 2. FoCuS is going to cancel the Voodoo Lounge, which is pretty nice. I don't think that the Blade Master of ZDR needs a Voodoo Lounge very early on. He can just go to the shop and pick up boots and circle it, which is basically what FoCuS's Blade Master did, except for the boots, as I believe it is still on cooldown. Yeah, interesting route here from FoCuS. He's not going for a level 1 camp, he's just harassing it to begin with. The grunts are standing there for some reason. They might either just back up the Blade Master, or they just go on long distance creep, as yeah, the Blade Master is a little bit behind for FoCuS. Early tier 2s for both sides, nothing too out of the ordinary there. Of course, FoCuS does have the slightly better timing, and of course his Voodoo Lounge was unchallenged, so that will be completed fairly soon. Not like it's going to matter too much, as it doesn't look like the Blade Master is going to go back to shop for quite some time, and I believe ZDR is going to pick up his own items, selling the TV scroll and picking up circlet boots. No dust just yet. Probably doesn't have enough gold for it, which it seems like he does not, so yeah, he's going to prioritize those two items first. FoCuS also completed that null camp. He will be pretty much same experience as ZDR's Blade Master. Surprising enough that both either Blade Master is not actually going for the Trapper, the Tome Trapper. Doesn't want to roll the dice on getting a experienced tome. Instead, he's gonna try his hand at the Overseer camp. Don't know if that will be spotted. The Blade Master is running around rather blindly. I don't exactly know what FoCuS is doing. He's trying to catch out his opponent, but yeah, without too much vision around the map, walking around blindly is probably not a good idea, like, ever. I guess. Level 2 early for level 2 first for ZDR's Blade Master. That will enable crit, and he does have the circlets, second circlet from the Overseer camp, so he'll deal slightly more damage than his counterpart. But yeah, FoCuS actually did. I guess that was a surround. I don't know. He could have just easily walked out if it wasn't, but if he was forced to win the walk, then it probably was a surround. FoCuS did lose himself a grunt, but it seems like FoCuS got one in return. So both Blade Masters fairly low. ZDR sticking around. He does have enough mana for another Windwalk, but he is getting dangerously low. 3 Orc Burrows are shooting at him. And here comes FoCuS's Blade Master. The experience is going to be used after the Windwalk strike, and the Orc Burrows actually get the kill. A level 2 Blade Master getting killed at your opponent's base. That was very greedy from ZDR, and that is going to punish him quite severely as his Shadowhunter is now delayed. Shadowhunter for FoCuS is complete, and yeah, it's just disaster for ZDR. I don't know how far behind he's going to be, seeing that the experience didn't go over to the Blade Master because the Orc Burrows did get the final kill, killing blow. Essentially acts like towers. You don't exactly experience from tower kills, and Orc Burrows, I guess, counted as a building, tower, whatever. Hex onto a grunt, and that is just going to be a dead grunt momentarily. Hex is such a good ability when comboing with the Blade Master because it slows them so much, and the Blade Master can have just a free time hitting for free, getting some crits while he's at it. Not this Blade Master though, he's still level 1. Now it's going to be level 2, and soon a Warden will fall. This Overseer is being taken down as well. But yeah, it's a little bad for ZDR. Losing that Blade Master was probably not the ideal situation. It was just unfortunate. FoCuS had 3 peons and 3 burrows for a very long time, and it worked out well, killing off the Blade Master, consuming a lot of resources to revive him again. BM did get hexed by the Shadowhunter, but it's not going to do too much unless the second hex is coming through. It doesn't look like it, as FoCuS is just going to retreat for now. Rather early salve, I think, but yeah, he's going back at it. Possible attempt at a creep jack here, but he does have dust and it is going to be used, but kind of whiffed. But all the same, it has the same result. The Blade Master did feel pressured enough, and he did not contest. Close attack +6 gets picked up by the Blade Master of ZDR, so yeah, luck is smiling upon ZDR so far. Of course, he needs to still even things out, since he did lose his Blade Master rather early on. Another set of dust gets picked up. Meanwhile, did FoCuS? No, FoCuS didn't actually start the camp. He is still running around without much of a purpose, I think. ZDR at least is doing camps. FoCuS, on the other hand, is, I don't know, he's deciding whether or not to do a certain camp. And he just has a lot of downtime, I think. Might be a little bad in the late game if decision making is not up to par, but yeah. Oh, that Blade Master could have definitely gone a free troll, but I guess he was a little scared about getting out of this situation when he does Windwalk, or when he does get out of Windwalk, because he has no mana for another Windwalk, and Hex is definitely on the field, so I guess a nice bit of restraint from ZDR. Definitely, if I saw that, I would have definitely gone in for the kill there, but yeah, don't have too much insight on what I was going to do afterwards, just that. Gloves of Haste, it's alright I guess, but definitely Claws would have been better. ZDR did get the better roll there. Spirit Launch Bestiary for both sides. FoCuS is looking for a fight. Gonna hop in over to population, and this is not a good position for ZDR to be in. Most of the units are in the low ground, which will activate miss procs there, but this is home court advantage for ZDR, so let's see how well this will turn out to be. Of course, peons also brought over from ZDR just to act as meat shields for the Spirit Link. FoCuS, I don't know if he has his own peons, it does not look like it, so he might actually be in the worst situation here. This is not too great, but here comes the Coda Beasts. Oh, actually we do have peons here. They're attacking the barracks for some reason. They should definitely get in on this action and get linked up. Yeah, Raider is going to get taken down level by the Blade Master, giving level 3 over to the Shadow Hunter. Yeah, finally the peons are moving in. FoCuS does have a Grunt devoured. ZDR probably should devour his own opponent's Grunt there, but he is still just running around. Speed Scroll was activated on the yellow side, and this is not looking good for FoCuS, despite having an early Kodo Beast. He is slightly being pushed away. He did manage to kill off his opponent's Kodo Beast, but just without any sort of units, it's not looking too great. Hex into Ensnare will be a dead Shadow Hunter at level 3, and it might actually be a dead Kodo Beast. Well, let's see how well the Windwalk position is going to be. Not too great. I think the Blade Master moved, which is I think the only way the Blade Master could have gotten out of that unit blocking glitch thingy, but he could definitely go in for another attempt there. The only problem is he has no way of getting out of a Hex, but the Shadow Hunter doesn't have enough mana, so yeah, there's that. Scroll of Healing was purchased and it was used immediately, but I don't think that's enough health on that Kodo to really matter, and that is going to be a dead Kodo Beast unless another Ensnare comes in. Unfortunately not, as that was a little late there from the Raider. So far so good for ZDR. Getting that Kodo Beast actually put him slightly ahead, and that is, yeah, it's all in all, like, the smallest victories are definitely should be taken, and yeah, ZDR got an even trade out of that until he killed that Kodo Beast, of course. I guess maybe the Shadow Hunter as well. I think the Shadow Hunter was forced to be revived through the tavern, so that was a whole load of resources sunk by FoCuS. Not the best decision he's made so far this game. He should have probably brought his peons over a lot earlier. They were too busy attacking the barracks for some reason. They weren't linked at all with Spirit Link, so yeah, it's a little weird. He's looking for a fight here. Population once again, 49 versus 49. His Blade Master's kind of low on mana though, so I might not be able to get enough Windwalks down. FoCuS is getting his Raider focus down. Kodo Beast should devour something. Yes, he does. ZDR doesn't have anything to devour just yet, but you can see there that ZDR is just going ham on that Kodo Beast. Meanwhile, FoCuS on the other hand, I guess he's focusing the Raiders, but all honesty, probably should go after a more vital target. Scroll of Healing and Healing Wave is just going to absolutely demolish all the effort that FoCuS has done to deal with those Raiders, and losing the Kodo Beast first means a significant DPS decrease, and that is going to be GG from FoCuS. So a pretty solid game from ZDR. Not the most solid game, but it was pretty solid later on. As soon as he lost his Blade Master, he went full like proper mode, I guess in the zone probably. But yeah, that is going to be game. FoCuS didn't take too much advantage killing off that Blade Master, and yeah, hopefully he will play a lot better in game 2.